Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to be diving into a creator VOD review. Now this is going to be CurlieQ, and I had this idea really quickly to kind of explain. I want to do VOD reviews of other creators, obviously competitive players, but just to share the other people in the community around with y'all if you're not familiar with them. So this is CurlieQ. She is a partnered streamer on Twitch, good friend of mine, and she's just super sweet, super fun, and I want to collab more with her, more with Scolded, Sanji, Will, Lion, whoever else in the community that would be interested in letting me do VOD reviews or make videos with them. So we're diving into a solo queue Trevenant game. So her boost emblem page says Mamoswine. I didn't quite catch what's on there. I'm assuming it's a white focus build, so we can probably assume that potion with muscle weakness and focus band. So a little bit damage focused. I like that on Trevenant. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. So we're going to skip in a little bit and take a look at her gameplay and just kind of give my thoughts on what I think she is doing good, what I think she could improve on. So let's go on ahead and dive into this game, and we'll take a look at what I think that she can improve at, what I think that she's doing well, and ultimately see what CurlieQ is up to. So Curly coming to the bottom lane. They actually have a decent team comp. A little rough having a Tyranitar lane just because it gets so much power spike from the jungle, but Curly focusing on farming, no big deal here. And we will see what's going on this game. I didn't actually pay attention to the opposing team comp, I'm not going to lie. Okay, so we have a Dragonite in the lane and an Eevee in the lane. So not the strongest lane in the world. I like the aggression here. I think that that's pretty good. It does kind of suck that the Blissey's a little hurt, so I see why you would want to pull this back. Okay, so this play right here, I don't hate pulling this Audino into the bush, but I think that in general it's probably better to walk past that bush and to pull it away from that bush, because it's still just a little bit vulnerable. It's not a huge difference, but it's just like something that I've been trying to do more and more. I like going for the farm and stealing the farm. Ooh, really close. They got the Evo, so I'll just have to back up, and sadly the Blissey falls down. So maybe you'll be able to do the same thing here, is like maybe pull this into the bush. Maybe you can contest this a little bit. Don't have your potion. Ooh, we're kind of living off the focus band here. Maybe you can go back for a Will-O-Wisp, but with the jungler there, I think you just have to try to focus on getting out here. Get a berry. The 850 Bs are up, so I feel like there's a little too fight-oriented there. There was an opportunity where you could kind of like back up, get the berry, kind of like refocus on being here, and then maybe poking forward a little bit for the bees. The reality is that with this setup, like just looking at it, I see like an Espeon, I see a Dratini, or Dragonair, whatever. And then you have the jungle, what is this, Pupitar, Larvitar, whatever, I don't know which one it is, but you have the jungle Tyranitar. You're not really going to be able to, the two of y'all, melee, aren't going to really be able to step up and get the bees, really, but you can kind of like stay alive, prevent this pressure, the experience that the jungler is going to get, because this is kind of like that situation where the jungler is probably going to push and get level 9, maybe because of, you know, like experience that you're kind of giving, or that they're able to earn off of the KO. But hopefully it's going well in the top lane, and you know, this is just a trade that happens on the map. So maybe just kind of trying to back up and get a little bit reset there, and then kind of like set for the 850 Bs would be good. So another criticism I have, it's really light. I tend to use my camera a ton. It just gives a lot of context. You can kind of see what's going on a little bit more. So I would like to see maybe a little bit more camera usage. Even if it's just for like a few seconds, where you kind of pan down the lane and then you kind of look at it, it's super helpful to kind of just like see what's going on. But yeah, y'all are a little behind this lane. Not the end of the world. Like I said, hopefully top lane had a pretty good gank that they were able to get some bees and stuff off of. And it was 3v2 anyway, so naturally you should be behind a little bit here. Hopefully not too much in like just regular lane farm, but naturally like with the lane presence of the jungler, it's going to make a difference. So, all right. So stepping up to defend. They had 5 turn in anyway, so y'all are just kind of chilling. You're like tank or like defender and Blissey combo. You honestly just kind of chill and are waiting for like whatever the next phases of the game are to get some of that help. You turn the curse on, nice. You have your potion, pop that curse, nice. You have your potion. I don't think stepping forward to score here would be bad. You can get a little heal off of it, and then I probably wouldn't overstay too much. Like this is looking a little sus. Just because 720s are coming up, and okay, so there's 3 of them on map though. Okay, I was gonna say I didn't actually see the jungler, but I looked up at the map and I saw the Larvitar like pitcher poison, like poise out. So not bad. Nice. Okay, so they get a little over aggressive. Getting 720 Bs. I like the Horn Leech back. As long as you have the support from the Blissey, y'all are chilling. And then your Cinder has level 9, so I'd love to see y'all just going ahead and rip this. I like how you're playing forward. This I feel like is good. You're kind of able to just zone while they rip a little bit. Okay, now I think, yeah, getting a little bit forward facing is probably important. They might steal this behind y'all, and if that happens, that sucks, but I don't think that this was a terrible decision. I think maybe saving the Unite move for the Dread would have been your Cinder's play. Let's watch that back, because that got a little messy like halfway through it, because y'all were kind of like, you're in rip mode here, and then they start wrapping over you. So your choice here is you either go up to fight the Gardevoir, or you go out to fight the two that are coming in this way. I don't think it matters. What I really think should have happened is that you can like push yourself out to go farm, and then the Cinder could like focus on finishing this, like maybe Blaze Kick over back safe over like behind my camera, like over on the left side of the beach over here, focus on being safe, and then having the Unite move for secure while you're kind of like keeping them busy. So this is like you doing the right thing. Like you come out here, you start fighting, you're pushing them, and this is good. But like anything that happens outside of this play is kind of like out of your control, because you can't, be in two places at once. So they get it, unfortunately. We'll see how y'all can recover from this. And then y'all still got like some trade in top lane, right? Like y'all were doing well, so y'all didn't even have your full team here. Don't be afraid to get your berries. I think that's one thing I see a lot of is where people are like a little over conservative with their berries. Like you could have been full health holding this, you'd be alive. You and Pikachu might have been able to hold this. They're gonna get like a 21 overcap here. It's not the end of the world, but I definitely don't like whenever I see people that are holding their berries a little too much. But I'd say this is a very neutral position. You have that like diagonal line that goes across the map where y'all have a tier 1, they have a tier 1. Theirs is kind of a little bit better because they have like the bottom tower, and this has been scored on quite a bit, which means that it's kind of queued up for an overcap and potentially has already, like given them quite a bit of farm. We know they got an overcap, or I say potentially given them a bit of farm. They've gotten 70 points off of it. We know that they've gotten a decent overcap in bottom lane, so gotta see what we can do. Oh my gosh, this character is just so incredibly strong. So lucky. Okay, super lucky that we get a 14 cap. Weird stuff happening in bottom lane. It's kind of hard to say. Y'all are definitely trailing behind. I think games like this are good to watch though, because this is where you can kind of see like what is the decision making when it's not just like to script. But you're just kind of fighting. Good catch up experience. I think with a character like Trevenant, just shy of catching that. I think with a character like Trevenant, it just comes down to like what you can accomplish when your teammates are around you. You can't really always do it alone, right? So I like the backup ping here, and then you either are just going to head to bottom lane, or you're going to wait for the Rotom. I think maybe something that should be said in this situation here is how much farm y'all are leaving on the table by trying to chase this kill. So be a little bit mindful about like min-maxing your time to the point of like, as soon as you miss this, it's like, damn, I missed this. Oh well, go and farm, right? You know what I mean? Because there's really not a lot that you get out of this, and like you could kind of just be building yourself up and like continuing to climb your experience a little bit higher. But it's not the end of the world. There just is a lot of yellow dots on our side whenever we have timers coming up. Either that or just like resetting to be postured for bottom dread, because it looks like we broke bottom tower at some point. So being postured for bottom dread would be really nice. So we're split across the map here. This is not great, but it's just about like, what's the goal? If y'all are up here, that's totally fine. Second dread is nice. Second Rotom's also nice. It's just a real neutral spot on the map to be. I think the biggest thing is that it would obviously be best if y'all were in the same position. Pop that potion. Ooh, be careful. Careful like holding the potion so long. I think sometimes it's easy to tunnel vision on just like fighting or doing whatever you're doing. Okay, so your teammates lose that. I wonder if it would be better to push. Probably not, just because it would just be you and Cinder. So it's probably best just to immediately go back to base and start farming. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So yeah, just being a little bit more aware of our battle item, and then being a little bit more time conscious of our farming. Or even small things, even really tiny things, like instead of horn leeching that closer to the wall, like horn leeching it closer to this Audino, so that way you can like kind of like push them both together, turn on a curse, hit them both for a few seconds, pop it, and then just farm like a little bit faster. And again, tiny min maxes that don't really make a huge difference, but if you keep that moving in that direction. Like if you keep everything getting killed like quickly and more efficiently, then they spawn quicker and slightly more efficient. So your teammates are pushing. I think that that's silly. There's nothing out there, right? We hit this phase of this game a lot, and I think people don't recognize that when there's like, it's very neutral across the map, like 2 towers down, 2 towers down, you're not really going to get any more score in, right? Like you don't really have an opportunity to just like fly across the map and score. You can try, and this is what I like to do. You can try to push yourself down their lane and just like peek around this corner, and if there's no one there, then hey, maybe you get a 30-40 cap in. You can try, but a lot of the time, I think what people need to realize is that this is the set point. Like this has become the new norm. This is where we are. So like whatever the 3-minute call out is, you're probably going to go into Zap needing to respond to that call out. So let's see what your call out is. I'm going to guess they have, I know it's either small lead or huge lead, but I'm not really sure. I didn't see how much we scored in bottom. So, okay, so some kills. This is actually a decent fight to take as long as it's non-committal, like in terms of ults. Like we can take a fight here. Use our potion. Use our potion. Okay. We're still in this. Okay, so we need a little bit more potion awareness. And it's normal struggling, so not bad. I think it would only be bad if this Pikachu gets stomped and then we turn that into a bunch of points and turn in. And again, the only other thing I can say, because I do think this would actually elevate you quite a bit, is more camera usage. Just like, again, peeking down the lane, moving your camera while you're dead. Just small things like that. Okay. 2:40 on the clock, 4 are dead. It's a little too far to get any turn in, but I don't think that these next set of objectives are without purpose. So y'all are naturally chasing super hard here, which means that you have to go for Dread. But I think that this Rotom would actually be some really nice pressure. It sometimes just could like, and also there's a lot of farm. So either all that chasing could have been turned into farming. This is a little bit late farming because we're not getting an objective now and we're not posturing for Zap positioning. So it just feels like we're a little bit behind because we overchased. And that's just like you and the team, not just you, right? Because I would like to be in the pit now, making sure that we have like a little bit more awareness on the bushes. So you can see that the Tyranitar's in this bush, so we know he's in here. We don't really have our full team yet. Ooh, I like this though. Just kind of like pushing him back, forcing his ult. I think that this could be a really good position to ult in. Nice. I like how you shove yourself out. Nice ult. We do still have the potion. Turn the curse on. Oh, okay. A little bit more potion if we're gonna use it, and then yeah, you just got kind of bursted there. We'll see how this goes. Even now, like even more camera usage now to have context, right? Just to be able to say like, okay, what's going on? What do I like? Pre-planning the actions as soon as you spawn. Okay, he's down, but I know they're low. I know I need to get back to center. That's obvious, right? You'll have 2 unite moves. You can play your life a little bit, but jumping in here and then quickly, like right now, even as you know that there's like a Tyranitar near you, like jumping in and dang. Potion, Curly. Potion. We need the potion. I don't know if we've potioned this game. That's okay. Still have a Tyranitar Unite, and they haven't ripped. But even right now, I would be looking to see if they had been hitting, to see if it's been getting low. Okay, so they did get this one low. Okay, 50 seconds. I think I might watch this whole endgame back just to give some more thoughts. We go for it. There's just no time. I think this one is a loss. I haven't actually watched this one. I watched some of your games. Can you give me a time window for context? Curly gave me a time window of where her CurlieQs were at, and I just kind of skimmed through. I watched the very first one at the start of the time window, and then I clicked on this one randomly. So yeah, I think just a little bit more potion awareness, and it doesn't even have to be like optimized, right? Just as long as like right there was perfectly fine. It's so crazy that you used it right there. Just when you're low, you know, just throw it on cooldown. Potion's got a pretty low cooldown, so sometimes, especially with Trevenant, if you're using potion, like I think you could probably have like prolonged fights where you like almost get a second one off. Okay, let's watch this whole in-game fight again. I want to take it all the way back to when we were like coming back from this like lane push. So here, 25 seconds on the clock. At this stage of the game, like this push went a little long and we're not really able to do much with it. And he gets a kill, so we can call that experience, a little bit of catch-up experience. But 25 seconds on the clock, I want to be in position. I want to be here, like I want to be standing around so they can't hold us at choke. I want to make sure that like I have vision of them, so like if I see this little crab walk up into the bush, I know where they are. Like it's just so much about context and knowing like, okay, this is where, you know, things are at. So coming back to farm like the crab, it just feels like a little bit of a waste of time, and we probably could have just gotten to center. And also, I think this whole push could have been a Rotom pushing down their lane too, but that's a whole team thing, right? So let's see how we see this, how this goes down again. We see the Tyranitar here. I don't hate that this engage happens the way that it happens. I like that you shove him. It gives y'all an opportunity to kind of like 1v5 him or whatever, and then you use that. That was good. This is like ult potion territory, right? Like ult potion, boom, and then you just kind of like get right back into it. But the X scissor catches you, so you took a lot of damage, and that's just kind of the way that it is. I actually want to look at this back a little bit. What do we get hit by? It was a lot. Okay, you get crit by the Tyranitar. Oh my god, you get crit by the Tyranitar into an X scissor, so you just insta die, which is just crazy, right? Like there's actually not a ton you could probably do about that, but that's fine. Like it's actually just like the circumstance of the fight and like how strong they are probably. So, okay, so after that, again, I think camera usage here would be huge. Just constantly looking at the zap, looking at the context of how this 1v2 is going down. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, like I can get back, I could probably fight them if the Guardy doesn't respawn. Because like this, like knowing like whether or not the Guardy needs to go back to base and come back. If I was them, with it being 2 on the field, the Tyranitar, I don't know what his current health is, but he fought a lot. I would probably insta-base if I was these 2 players, come back and get ready for the refight. So then looking at them gives you the context to know that's probably what they will do, or to anticipate that that's what they're going to do. And if they don't do that, if they stay on map, then you know even better that they're not doing it and that you can go fight them. So that's good. Okay. We can't see them anymore, but we did have a little bit of context on their health. Fighting this Tyranitar is fine. I think as you're jumping, as you're falling, as you're landing and fighting the Tyranitar, this is where I want to see camera movement so we can get context on the zap. Where is the zap? Is it half health? Do you need to rush in immediately? Because if it's super low, we can just ignore all of this, right? And just run past it all and go try to get a curse off on the zap. But we just don't know. So I'd love to see a little bit of camera usage here just because we know that they've had so much time with it alone. So and then again, potion usage here is fine. He's just so overpowered. I don't know what else to say. So getting bursted by a Tyranitar, it is what it is whenever he's like level 14. Camera usage here, just to, again, to be able to see the context of the fight, how it's breaking down, and then to see the zap. Because this is all good. This is all good. Like this fight, like I think they end up getting it before you're back anyways, but I wonder if it would have been better for you to go to it before instead of fighting the Tyranitar. You can try to peel and deal with the Tyranitar, but I also think that y'all need to get in there. It's one of those things, because we didn't look at it, we don't really know. So overall thoughts, I think be less conservative with your berries. But I say this I swear, I feel like I say this in every VOD review, because naturally people want to hold on to resources. I get it. Be a little less conservative with your berries. Specifically for this, and it might just be this game, pay attention a little bit more to the potion. Mechanically, you're playing the character fine. You know, a couple missed horn leeches or whatever, it happens when they move. And then just more camera usage. I actually think that would help you a lot. I really think that like more camera usage in general could really elevate. So friends, thank you so much for watching. Curly, thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity. Hopefully we learned some things, and there's always something that you can learn from games. Even like myself, competitive players, anything, you end up watching and seeing like tiny little mistakes that you make, and then in the moment you don't really have the ability to recall the game as it happened, so you think to yourself like, oh, you know, it's unfortunate, it was a bad game, blah 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 blah, but then you look it back and that's where you're like, oh, you know, you can kind of see, I see what's going on. So thank you so much for watching, friends. Curly again, thank you so much. Go check her out. Links will be in the description for Curly on Twitter and on Twitch, and her YouTube as well. She posts video on there, Murder Goss video. Really funny title. Friends, thank you so much. As always, be sure to be kind of one of it. Tell someone you love them. And I'll see you on the next video.